And who else on the score sheet but Jean-Philippe Mateta? Dangerous ball in, it's loose, and there's the third, and it's Palace's number 3, Tyreek Mitchell. A striker's finish from the left back, just his second goal of the season. Get away from Casemiro. Casemiro robbed by Munoz. And here's Elise, he'll take it on! It gets even better for Crystal Palace. Inspirational from Michael Elise. Just how good is this kid? Is there anything he can't do? One of the great Selhurst Park performances from Crystal Palace. Now Mainu. It is one of the great Selhurst Park performances. 4 league wins in a row in South London for Oliver Glasner's men, but this, surely the jewel in the crown, full time at Selhurst Park. It is the quite remarkable scoreline. Get this, Crystal Palace 4, Manchester United 0.
Well, this may be a good way for me to start the show, but maybe a bad way for some people to see me start the show, most especially for Manchester United fans out there. My name is OLADAPO Kunubi. I'm not a Man U fan. I support all teams. I support Sporting Lagos. But what a bad game for Manchester United yesterday. Not me saying that, but for Erik ten Hag, who's the coach of Manchester United. Well, maybe the bonus is still on and promo on for Manchester United till the end of the season, having a lot of their defenders injured. And for Bruno Fernandes, the first time he will get injured and be out of the team. That's according to the data we got from ESPN about this Portuguese man. He has been fantastic, outstanding for the team, but nowhere to be found, including some key players. But let's look at some more updates on the show this morning. We look at NBA, we look at tennis, and today I will start the countdown to Olympics. All right, yes, because we start and look at how teams are shaping up, how teams, countries having their athletes, go for qualifiers ahead of the Summer Olympics. 86 days, 14 hours, 56 minutes, 23, 22, 21, 20 seconds to go. But let's start with NBA tennis, then we count down to Olympics.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Okay, so let's start with the NBA playoffs. Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns powered Minnesota Timberwolves 106-80 points bleeds of the Denver Nuggets on Monday night. That gave the Timberwolves a 2-0 lead in the Western Conference semifinals over the reigning but reeling NBA champions. Well, you call that Monday night, but we call that Tuesday morning here in Nigeria. And looking at how it also went, well, maybe some teams will be shaking their heads. They're fine. You think you can just pounce us and get to this semi-final? But looking at the lead, it is 106. It was 106 to 80 points victory for Minnesota Timberwolves against Denver Nuggets. However, New York Knicks defeated Indiana Pacers 121 to 117. Victory over the Pacers in the game decided this morning. But going to the Ball Africa, remember games are going down today. Monastery will be up against Rivers Opers by 5 o'clock this evening, and by 8 p.m. APR will take on Douanes. Moving on and let us talk more updates this morning as we move straight to talk tennis. Well, Jannik Sinner has cast doubt on his French Open participation, with the world number 2 saying he will only compete at Roland Garros later this month if he fully recovers from a hip issue that forced him out of the Madrid Open and Rome. Sinner sustained the injury at Madrid and pulled out of the quarterfinal against Canada's Felix Auger-Aliassime last week before the Italian decided to skip the Rome tournament, which runs from May 8th to 19th. And talking about Auger-Aliassime, when he got to the final, he knew that he won't survive that final, because if you look at some of the opponents that pulled out against him, you know that, okay, maybe he didn't do much in the knockout round to get into the final against the eventual winner of that tournament, but against Andrei Rublev. But now we'll move on this morning and talk Formula One before we count down to Olympics. And it is about Toto Wolff, who has not ruled out holding a meeting with Max Verstappen to discuss a possibility of replacing Lewis Hamilton at Mercedes. Can that happen? Well, if you have a good engine, if you have everything that is in place, maybe Bad Max can come on board. Wolves has talked up Verstappen since the start of the season, stating no team principal wouldn't do handstands to sign the Dutchman, and that he was waiting to see how the driver market develops. Well, remember, Verstappen is contracted to remain with Red Bull until the end of 2028 season and insists is intent on staying with the team at the moment. All right, now we'll count down to Olympics as we look at what is happening. Two teams, how they're qualifying, and for those going for qualifiers. All right, now let's start with Team Nigeria as we count down to Olympics. Remember, I told you 86 days, 14 hours, 51 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Talking about Team Nigeria, as the Olympic qualification tournament commences on May 16 at the Olympic qualification on May 16 at the BK Arena in Kigali. Quadri Aruna will be striving for his fourth Olympic Games ticket. How can that happen? The team at Nigeria Table Tennis and the Nigeria Table Tennis Federation (NTTF) is named Quadri Aruna, Effiong Edem, Olajide Omotayo, and Fatima Bello as Nigeria's flag bearers at the 2024 ITTF African Cup and Olympics qualification tournament. In a statement released by the NTTF over the weekend, the tournament will take place in Kigali, Rwanda from 12th to 18th of May. According to the prospectus of the tournament, the selection committee conducted the process so that each country presents 2 men and 2 women for the African Cup, apart from champions Egypt and hosts Rwanda. Wishing Nigeria all the best. Now, Tom Daley will make his 5th appearance at an Olympic Games this summer after Team Great Britain selected the first 8 divers for Paris 2024. Daley will partner Noah Williams in the 10-meter synchro pairs as he attempts to defend the Olympic title he won at Tokyo with then partner Matthew Lee. Now, talking about his age and breakdown, Paris 2024 will be 16 years on from when Daley made his Olympic debut at Beijing 2008 as a 14-year-old. So we need to look at the idea of catching them young, right? Okay, now looking at another update here. Weightlifter Alexander Pelyashenko, who represented Ukraine at the Rio 2016 Olympics, has died during the conflict with Russia. Two-time European champion Pelyashenko, 30, according to a report, joined the armed forces soon after Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022, according to the National Olympic Committee of Ukraine. Now, according to a board member of the Weightlifting Federation of Ukraine, Viktor Slobodianok, says, "War takes the best of us. Heroes do not die." Pelyashenko died on the front line. That's according to the UWF. Now, moving on, he was ranked fourth at the Rio Games in the 85th kg category and won gold at the European Championships in 2016 and 2017. Pyanichenko was later banned after failing a drug test in 2018. All right, so we bring more Olympic update, the countdown update on the show every day till the countdown is over, even going into the tournament. All right, now moving away from other sports, let's go straight to the second half of the Kickoff Sports Show where we look at football. Shout out to Ramos Stars, got the job done in Ikene.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Remo Stars is second on the Nigeria Premier Football League log after the victory recorded over Rivers United in a rescheduled NPFL game decided in Ikene yesterday. Remember, Rivers United came up earlier, scored a goal, but two goals, an equalizer and a winner came in for Remo Stars, which sealed 3 points, 2 goals for Remo Stars, and picking 56 points in total out of 32 matches from winning 17, drawing 5 and losing 10, scoring 40, conceding 28 goals so far this season for Remo Stars. For Rivers United, following that loss, still 13th on the NPFL log with 40 points from 28 matches. Remember, it is now back-to-back losses for Rivers United, losing against Bayelsa United 2-1, recording same scoreline against Remo Stars. Up next for Rivers United in their rescheduled NPFL game, and that is the match day 23 rescheduled game against Kwara United. It is an away encounter, but first, let's celebrate Remo Stars this morning. Jesse King, Ijebu.
Telling me by the way, èmi ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀, ayé wo la ò jẹ́ rí. Tell them, let them know say wọ́n lè bá. Then they see us as they emulate, then one begin they imitate. Maybe someday they go graduate. Many people don't know how far Baba I see they go. Owó lọmọ gbàgbé òṣì, Ìjẹ̀bú Àwùjalẹ̀. Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ alárẹ̀, kékeré Ìjẹ̀bú o. Àwọn tó mọ̀ wá o. Àgbà Ìjẹ̀bú o. Àwọn alábòsí o.
Wọ́n bèrè sọ fún wọn kó dá ẹ lójú. Ìrìn ló jẹ́ máa lọ fọ́ àwa fún ẹ. Ibikíbi tó àṣà mọ́ pa wá pẹ̀lú ẹ. Ìwọ ló ló ní pàdé FCMB wà fún ẹ. Ìwọ ló ló ní ọ̀la ti dájú. Jọ̀wọ́ máa ṣọlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú FCMB. Ìwọ ló ló ní ọ̀la ti dájú. Jọ̀wọ́ máa ṣọlẹ̀. Ọ̀nà bàbá wọn tá tán síbẹ̀ ó pàdé o. Jọ̀wọ́ máa ṣọlẹ̀. Dúró tán pẹ̀lú FCMB.
FCMB, èmi àti pánkì mi. Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, mommy.
But these dirty sweaty uniforms and socks were clean in the morning. Everything don't transform. I understand though, school is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some nutritious Milo at breakfast.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
It's you say very disappointing, underperforming, definitely worst defeat. We should have done better. So yeah, there were many things. There was a team performance who was not correct and making big mistakes, not following, say, the plan and the script and the rules we have. Of course, also individual mistakes, but then we should cover each other, and we didn't do. We let each other down, and then you get a worse defeat.
Eric Ten Hag, Manchester United manager, speaking there after the defeat against Crystal Palace at the Selhurst Park. It ended 4-0 against the Red Devils at the park. But I mean, if it was a disappointing one, there's one thing a lot of people will keep picking from Eric Ten Hag. It doesn't go down with his head down, but he will always keep motivating the boys that they need to keep fighting despite the situation they found themselves.
Because, as I said, we had only 4 defeats so far, and we had all season big problems, and especially the last week we had big problems in the back line. But all the time there was a team with a fighting spirit, and it was a team was hard to beat. And as I said, today we were easy to beat.
Is there something that you are seeing behind the scenes that you'd like fans to see more in the field?
So you have seen the fans, they're backing us. They're from minute 1 till the end, they're behind the team. And so I guess they see the problems we have, and I'm really happy, pleased with their support. And the team is really pleased with it. And we should have taken their fighting spirit into the pitch.
Okay, so, well, you just have to go with the fighting spirit, and that's the message from Manchester United manager, Eric Ten Hag. But remember, Manchester United's next game is against the Arsenal at the Old Trafford. Now, this particular game, we surely have something to decide. Either should Manchester United win that game, that means Arsenal's fight for the English Premier League title is over. And should Manchester United lose that game, more points for Arsenal, the battle continues going down to the wire. But remember, Manchester City has got a game in hand. But for Manchester United manager, maybe that will also unlock the exit door for Eric Ten Hag and Manchester United. So it is a fight to finish. Maybe we say this is not the right time for Manchester United to face Arsenal, or not the right time for Arsenal to face Manchester United, because Manchester United is a wounded team. Okay, but let's see. Anything can still happen with a few days to go. But now let's move on this morning and go straight to Italy.
Lorenzo into Politano. Naturally left-footed. Curls it in on the right. Osimhen! That'll bring back fond memories for the Napoli supporters at the same end of the ground where he got the goal that sealed the Scudetto last season. He heads in the opener tonight. Christensen wins the header. Davis, success! And they level! Hope springs anew from Isaac's success. And Fabio Cannavaro, maybe he will be able to save Udinese from the drop. A huge goal for Udinese to claim them an unlikely point. Udinese 1, Napoli 1.
While drawing that one, 2 Nigerians are scoring each goal for their sides. I mean, Isaac success equalizing for Udinese. Remember, Napoli gets in. Victor Osimhen scoring the opener for his side. 2 Nigerians on the score sheet. And Napoli's next game is against Bologna. Napoli will be playing at the Diego Maradona Stadium. But for Udinese, we'll be going on the road against Lecce. Napoli champions last season. And now 8 on the Italian Serie A log following that draw for Udinese. in the drop zone. Looking at the last 5 matches, they lost 3. Now this is the second drawn game because back-to-back drawn games for Udinese. Okay, now we'll move on this morning and talk about what we're going down tonight. It is the UEFA Champions League. Well, Kylian Mbappe has been called upon to come defend for his team. It is not about going eyeing for the goal, but maybe get an equalizer, get another goal, then go back to defend. And that is coming from the coach of PSG. Paris Saint-Germain manager Luis Enrique has called on star forward Kylian Mbappe to defend in the Champions League semi-final second leg against Borussia Dortmund tonight in order to overturn the team's 1-0 deficit. Look at what may happen. Should PSG lose the game tonight, that means Kylian Mbappe will be ending his career with PSG without a UEFA Champions League trophy. Well, he has to the final. He has gotten to the final before, but not at this time. He won't be winning the UEFA Champions League before moving to Real Madrid, according to what the papers are saying. And remember, Real Madrid looks like a team. You remember they played out 2-0 during the first leg of the semi-final of the UEFA Champions League against Bayern Munich. But tonight, remember, Borussia Dortmund will also be having some players also saying goodbyes to the team at the end of the season. But let's look at some players already ruled out for tonight's clash. Hernandez is out, Kimpembe out, Kuzawa same as Rico. For Hernandez is due to knee injuries and coach decision to drop Kuzawa, head injury for Rico. But for Borussia Dortmund, Benson Biani of Algeria is ruled out due to knee injury, and Durevel due to muscle injuries, a Belgian player. Remember, Borussia Dortmund has got a goal in this one, won the first leg via a lone goal. What will happen in the return leg? Will Paris Saint-Germain be scoring a lot of goals tonight, or Borussia Dortmund scoring more goals in front? We keep our fingers crossed ahead of that one tonight. But remember, tomorrow is going to be a big battle right there in Spain, where champions Real Madrid, the Spanish La Liga champions Real Madrid will be up against Bayern Munich. Remember, the first leg ended 2-2. But we'll keep our fingers crossed to also see what happens tomorrow. Who will surely face who in the final of this season's UEFA Champions League? Well, my name is OLADAPO Kunubi, and I'll be moving to the other side. We'll be looking at headlines on the pages of Nigeria's newspapers. More questions also being asked. And remember, it is also about the security of Nigeria. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Double your work, anything where you want to, you go get them if you want. Stop living fake life. Ororo no be good boy, pussycat no be tiger, monkey at the chimpanzee. Walk you, but I no be for monkey oh. You wanna have a big boy, swagger on your volley oh. Walk you. Walk you, to feed your body, walk you, or me murasi shewo, walk you, to feed your body, walk you. You say you want expensive shit, but I'm far away with you. You where you never amount, but I'm about one brother. You go rock and run down, body me double your hustle. Respect yourself, yo. Stop living fake life. Ororo no be good boy, pussycat no be tiger, monkey at the chimpanzee. Walk you, but I no be for monkey oh. You wanna have a big boy, swagger on your volley oh. Walk you, or me feature body o. Feature body. Waki o, waki o. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi múra sí iṣẹ́ o. Múra sí iṣẹ́. Waki o, waki o. Kájọ kò to feature body o. Feature body. Waki o, waki o. Now you dey go see for club, drinking water. Kúkúmá lọ club. Ìwọ ló máa wọ taxi o, dẹ̀ rówó jẹun. Kúkú lọ wọ bọ́ọ̀sì. Na only you dey make him out every time. Say you get it this way, your money no fit buy. Stop living fake life. Ororo no be cool doy. Pussycat no be tiger. Monkey atosi chimpanzee. Waki o, waki o. But I no be for monkey o. Ìwọ náà fẹ́ ṣe big boy. Swagger ń ṣe fọ́lẹ̀ o. Waki o, waki o. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi tẹpá mọ́ṣẹ́ o. Tẹpá mọ́ṣẹ́. Waki o, waki o. Kájọ kò tún feature body o. Feature body o. Waki o, waki o. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi múra sí iṣẹ́ o. Múra sí iṣẹ́. Waki o, waki o. Kájọ kò tún feature body o. Feature body o. Waki o, waki o. Hustle no fit to kill anybody o. Hustle.
Junior, get inside. You don't want to let mosquitoes bite you, do you? Me, I cannot treat malaria again, no.
Mama Junior, children will play. It is you that should keep your environment clean in order not to breed mosquitoes.
Even after netting the whole house and sleeping inside the insecticide-treated net?
Of course. Don't you know the state of your environment is as important as inside your house? Yes. When you get rid of stagnant water at every space mosquitoes can breed, be rest assured, Junior can play all he wants.
My friend, the honorary doctor, I will do just that so that my family can say bye-bye to mosquitoes.
Not just mosquitoes, but malaria.
Together, we can achieve a zero malaria society.
This message is from Solutions 93.9 FM.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
It's a beautiful Tuesday morning right here on the Remedy Dial Solutions 93.9. 29 minutes gone past the hour of 9, and it's about time we look through the front pages of our Nigerian newspapers, get a perspective on the trending stories with analysis from our analysts and feedback from you as well. Welcome to From the Dailies. My name is Victory Onyedikachi.
Well, my name is OLADAPO. Good morning. It is 9:29, but remember, we're live on Facebook, live on YouTube, Solutions 939 FM. You can post your comments, your reaction to some of the headlines we have this morning. One is about 0.5% deduction from every transaction. And Nigerians are talking about that. Well, we are also getting updates from the Vice President. But more to be discussed is more about the economy and security. Well, I've got with me the Punch and the Nation newspapers this morning.
All right, I'll be taking stories from the Vanguard newspaper and the Nigerian Tribune. Let's get right into it. All right, we'll start off with the Vanguard newspaper. On the story, electricity, federal government slashes band A tariff by 8% to 206.8 kilowatt per hour for For Band A customers, this must be exciting news. No matter how small, a reduction is a good deal. Claims of foreign military base in Nigeria falls. Federal government. Technical fault in aircraft aboard Shatima's trip to US-Africa summit. Atiku becoming fond of distorting facts to discredit Tinubu presidency. Petrol scarcity while palm price is high in our stations. Ipman. Price gap between major marketers and independent marketers widens. Major marketers in B2B transactions. Edo 2024 PDP APC governorship aspirants resign from parties. 1.3 trillion debt caught Genco's capacity to 35%. Guba poll, PDP will reclaim Ondo, Makinde Adeleke. And lastly in sport, World Relays in Bahamas, Nigerian relay team book Olympic ticket. These are the stories on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper.
All right, now going straight to the Punch newspaper this morning and looking at the cap headlines here. The one that I am seeing here that's almost created a lot of misunderstanding yesterday and reaction from Nigerians was that of France citing military base in Nigeria. Now, France rules out citing a military base in Nigeria. FG orders registration of 1.9 million POS operators. Shatima shells U.S. trip as presidential jet develops fault mid-air. Oh, saw the picture yesterday. Sunday stroke Monday that vice president was headed for U.S. But the pocket headline this morning: Rivers Assembly overrides Fubara again. Governor vows not to worship any man. More problems in Rivers State. The banner headline this morning from the Punch newspaper screaming dollar speculation. FG to ban Naira from crypto trading platforms. Two riders to that headline. SEC set to unveil fresh rules banning Naira from crypto exchanges. DG meets operators. Direct traders to name and shame racketeers. And you see the front page picture of what is happening in Delta State. Woman shot, scores injured as police tear gas Delta protesters. And another one here, evacuation. Lagos task force threatened to kill us in Osun Forest. Victims allege. There was a story yesterday that said that Osun indigenes, sent packing from Lagos back home. And we need to know more about that one. Nigerians reject electricity tariff court. Demand total reversal. You were saying court is court, reduction is reduction, but people want reversal. And I think maybe in this area, I don't know the band we are. I mean, like around 1 a.m. till 5:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning, there is a constant power supply. So we are like on 5 hours, 30 minutes.
The light is better, actually. The light is better for a number of places in Ibadan. I spoke about that yesterday, and the feedback I got from people suggested that the power supply has improved. So, I mean, Band A, you wanted that band. Whatever fine or amount that comes with it, you should deal with that. 20 hours a day in this country. This is because of you that the Minister of Power came out to talk about.
Because of people like us, right? Okay, no problem.
Band A.
But we're meant to enjoy that. So what are we enjoying in this nation?
I think we're both in the nation, so we both know what we're enjoying.
What are you enjoying?
Move over to
the only
the
thing you're enjoying is your
Nigerian
democracy,
Tribune,
right?
please.
Or freedom. Let's go.
I don't even know about that. No plan for foreign military base in Nigeria, federal government. This is coming from the Nigerian Tribune paper. You can find that on page 4. NERC slashes Band A electricity tariff to 206 Naira 0.8 kobo kilowatt per hour. Gunmen kill 1, abduct 7 orders on Shagamu Ijebu-Ode Highway. Faulty aircraft forces Shatima to abort U.S. trip mid-air. INEC verdict on APC primaries in Ondo State by Senator Jimoh Ibrahim. These are the stories on the front page of the Tribune paper.
All right, now going straight to the Nation newspaper this morning, starting with the banner headline here. It says, Umahi, Lagos Calabar road contracts followed due process. A writer says, Atiku got it all wrong on Tinubu's son, says presidency. Fubara attacks House of Assembly, says he won't worship Wike. And remember, in those states, there was another crisis at the National Assembly, like 3 members suspended. Some saying that I think one is because of his allegiance to Philip Shuaibu, a former deputy governor of the state, and 2 others saying that they brought Otumokpo. They brought jazz to the National Assembly, State House of Assembly. But now let's go straight to some of the headlines and the cap part. Businesses to pay 0.5% cybersecurity levy. Deductions begin May 20. I hope the National Assembly is aware of this. They lured me, harvested my kidney, offered me 1 million naira. Who is this? Now, PTID, the list 51,000 goes to pensioners after forensic verification. And this one says, workers, consumers reject negligible electricity tariff court. It's welcome, say reps Muda Yusuf. No room for foreign military base, federal government affirms. And the last headline here, a female military school graduate, a worthy example for youths. Okay, we still have some here. FIRS canvasses homegrown tax system in Africa. There's some of the headlines we have this morning from the Nation, Vanguard, Tribune, and the Punch newspaper this morning. Now, it is more of what the federal government is saying about those who are saying that, yes, they want to cite a military base in Nigeria. French officials, U.S. citing military base in Nigeria. But that is different and not true. This is coming from Nigeria's Minister of Information.
I can tell you that the federal government of Nigeria has neither received any request to set up a military base or is even contemplating setting up one. I don't know where it's coming from. We think that this is not factual, this is misleading, and this is not patriotic. We feel that people should say what is right for our country. The federal government of Nigeria is not in any way contemplating or inviting any foreign national to set up a base. But of course, you know that we have collaboration and cooperation with foreign countries to fight insecurity in this country, and we continue to do that. But no such military base is in contemplation by the Nigerian government.
Minister of Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed Idris, speaking there yesterday when he was questioned about the sighting of military base by the French government in Nigeria. But he said something saying that we have collaboration with foreign countries in fighting insurgency and insecurity. They need to come out clean, because I'm not really getting this clear. But someone to clear this more this morning with his analysis is Comrade Ayodeji Ajishokwe. Top of the morning to you, Comrade.
Yeah, top of the morning to you, dear brother.
Okay. But good to have you here. Well, Comrade Victory is also here this morning with his black cap. I don't know the color of cap you're putting on this morning. Okay, so you heard the Minister of Information and Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed Idris, saying that there's no truth in the story making rounds that the French government is about citing a military base in Nigeria. But let's just look at the pros and cons here. If a military base is cited in Nigeria, maybe to also help our security system.
Oh, really?
I'm just saying. Wow. Maybe also challenge our military personnel.
The French base that was cited in those countries, in the, what do you call it, axis of evil, how did it help them? How did it, in fact, they call the place axis of evil. You know, those countries above Nigeria. How did it help them? Insurgency and all sorts of criminal activities. Who has it really helped in Africa? You know, You remember way back after independence, Nigeria was going to sign a security pact with Britain, for a base. It was Nigerian students way back then that prevented it, demonstrated, went to the National Assembly, and of course, it was cancelled. That agreement, defense pact, I remember. They put 1,000 men there. Look, okay, the guy in Bodum, that guy that was overthrown, even America has a base there, So how did he help him? Does he help them? It doesn't. It is not done in the interest of the country where it is cited. It is done in the interest of those who cite it. So we should not deceive ourselves.
Okay. We are okay, not to deceive ourselves. Also for you, it won't help Nigeria. But let's talk about money here. If you look at the cap headline coming from the Nation newspaper, businesses to pay 0.5% cybersecurity levy. Deduction begins on May 20th. But for you, a decision from the CBN, I don't know if they've been carried along, if this has passed through the National Assembly, if there won't be another question again to bring in the CBN governor to explain further.
You see, it is very, very sad the way Nigerians have been taxed now, surreptitiously. You can imagine all the taxes and levies, stamp duty, account maintenance. I don't know what that means. Account maintenance? I don't know what the account maintenance means. You pay for SMS. You pay for alert. You pay for account maintenance. It's so funny. Even this electricity, what do they call it, meter? You pay maintenance. Something standing on your wall. I don't know what maintenance. They don't even compare because you buy your power, online. Yeah, they charge maintenance. It's so ridiculous. But I think we should be alert. You see, I've always said this, that maybe we are not paying the taxes that people are paying. They are not conscious. When the tax burden becomes so much, people will become alert, and then people will start asking questions. People will start asking questions, and that is when government will now know. They are the ones that will prod people in that direction. You see, in this so-called advanced country, that is the reason why people ask questions. They ask questions. The American government, they don't have oil. They don't in oil. Everything if you find oil in your ground, it belongs to you, not even to the state. Not to talk of the federal government. They pay tax to the federal government. So, and that is why those taxes are high. And that is why people will ask questions, what are you doing with our resources? It is the people's taxes that they run government with. Those who are supposed to pay tax in Nigeria are not paying tax. It is us that it is those who do not have that they are taxing. Let them give us a graphic description of the taxes that are imposed on the people. I have seen a situation, a wealthy Nigerian, who's a company lawyer I know. They did evaluation. They appointed a property company to do evaluation. Of course, those ones will do proper evaluation. After the evaluation was submitted, the company lawyer, the man's company lawyer, now started doing his own evaluation, lowering the evaluation in order to dodge tax. And I said to him, this is tax evasion. And he said, no, it is not tax evasion, it is tax dodging. A proper company has done evaluation. You now remove their own evaluation, do your own, reduce the evaluation, still using their covering letter, and you call it dodging. Is that not criminal? You understand? And those are the people that are supposed to pay tax. You have property in Ikoyi, you have property in Porako, you have property all over the place. Even you have this property, yet you don't want to pay tax on it. And then one man will have just one property, and then he will pay tenement rate, he will pay property tax, and all of that. Nowhere to hide. Nigerians should be allowed. I tell people, when you should go occasionally to to the bank, ask for printouts. It could be 1 month, it could be 3 months. Look at the deductions. Look at all the deductions. And those who, these days now, those who collect monthly salaries, look, ask for your, what do you call it, a pay slip, and check the deduction. You understand?
The truth is, like you said, I don't think that we pay attention to taxes, to be honest. Not a lot of people, because the deductions are minimal in their defense. So that's just the same argument we're having with telecommunication companies that would deduct money from your,
We must pay attention.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
You see, what people look at, we look at just the bottom figure. What is the bottom figure? How did we come to that bottom figure?
I mean, if you accumulate the bottom figure with the number of populace that we have, then you can imagine what is made of from that.
Exactly. We should pay more attention.
Let's move away from that and talk about the power sector right now. You recall that some weeks or months back we had an announcement of increase in tariff, that moved from 66 naira per kilowatt to over 225 naira per kilowatt for band A users. And now the federal government has also come out to announce that they're doing a little reduction for band A users, which should bring some sort of excitement. But no, it's not, because they're asking for total reversal. Because, I mean, moving from, I think, 225 to 206, you're wondering what is actually the deduction there. So, I mean,
is it actually the entire the spectrum, or is it? I think it's just the
Ikeja. We saw a report from Ikeja. No, but I think that's. Let me go over this report.
Because IKDC announced a reduction
yesterday.
Before we now have the electricity regulation.
Yes, the NERC has announced. So I think it covers the general states.
Let me paint this scenario for you. Now, I have a family friend. She lives in. You see, this thing, band A, band B. It is not your decision. They just say everybody on this, power. Sector. You whether you like it or not, you are on band A. How do you force things like that on people? Categorization. I don't want that. Okay, let me tell you something. Because of the people, the location of the people around K2 and Ikosi Road and all of that, they are without any choice on band A. Just look at K2. Look at K2. Is that an elitist area? You should understand. You should know how those whom you should divert band A to, those who need it. You understand? But everybody, okay, how are they going to cope? And they are not even supplying the 24 or 20 hours. I was telling that family friend, I said, see, if they are bringing 20 hours, if they are even bringing 18, just make sure that you reduce or manage your consumption. You understand? Just manage your consumption. Let me tell you, Oshogbo, I said this a few weeks back, Oshogbo, where the National Step-Down Station is located, used to have lights 24 hours a day. And even that spreads up to Gumosho. You understand? 24 hours a day, some sections of Gumosho. I had to call, when all of this started, I had to call them about 2 weeks ago. What is your power supply like that? Is it still 24 hours? Yeah, it's no longer 24 hours. So, it's no longer 24 hours. I said, okay, how does it come now? He said, well, it will come around 5. They say it's 5 hour, 5 hour things now. 5 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. So maximum what they have now is 10 hours. Even Oshogbo, that has the National Step-Down Station, the only National Step-Down Station in the whole of Nigeria, because they know that they cannot impose band on the whole of Oshogbo. They cannot pay, except for the industries that were targeted, the machines, tools, and the steel rolling mill. They are not reborn. Dead since the 80s. Dead since the 80s. So who will pay for band A in Oshogbo, except for government? a government will not even pay. Ask Oyo State. Or you know they have problem. Oyo State, Ibadan electricity distribution company. They have problem with even Oyo State government at the point in time.
Anybody?
They have problem. Yes, they have problem with Oyo State government. They said they were owing them some money, and then after that came the UCT. So when I sent that story to my family friend, he said, "Who 19 kobo, busy 19 naira help."
No, so do you think that the announcement shouldn't have been made? Considering the economic landscape that we are in right now, perhaps it doesn't make any difference. So maybe if they had to make an announcement of a reduction, it should have been something that was drastic enough for people to accept. Do you think that what should have been done?
Let me tell you something. This band A 225 naira that they're doing, they are just testing the water out.
So it will increase.
Because you're saying that they're just testing the waters. Remember what multi-choice? Remember multi-choice, was it last year or 2 years ago, came out with an increase, with a plan to increase the tariff, and at the end of the day, the National Assembly, brought the clamp down on them, and now they have decided to also increase again. But I think gradually they kept increasing, because I know how much I subscribed 2 years ago, last year, and how much I'm currently subscribing. Maybe it may get to a stage where they won't be stopped and they will just take their decision and move on.
You see, some people are paying 200 and for 200 and something naira. Others are paying 58 naira. They are just testing the waters. Believe you me, God Almighty, and you will notice that the Honorable Minister of Power has been very strident and unapologetic about it. And the man was saying we need $10 billion per annum for 8 years to get it right. Is it from Nigeria? Look, they sold these power companies to people. How did you sell it to those who do not have capacity? You understand? Imagine if telecoms was like that too. They sell license to those who cannot perform. Pardon me, please.
Yes. Bless you.
Why did you sell to those who do not have capacity, both technical and financial? And you are not saying it is from us that you want to collect money to improve the sector.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Maybe you provide service and we pay any. How now you want to collect money? Why didn't Telecom say we are collecting money from you to develop? They brought infrastructure, they brought finance, and now they are providing service, and we are paying 50 naira per minute. No, if it's not even 50 naira per minute, the tariff I'm on is 12 naira per minute. The tariff I am on is 12 naira per minute, one full minute.
Oh my God. Indeed.
And people are saying per kilowatt, 200 naira per kilowatt. They will do the other bands too. Don't deceive yourself.
Please, they should not. They should have mercy on us. Session.
Yeah, Victory had to beg in Yoruba.
They should have mercy.
They will do it. Believe you me.
Oh my God.
You test first quarter of next year. They will do it.
Let us be hopeful that things can change. They can bring the tariff down. And maybe they look at the companies that are making or milking Nigerians to be paying that huge humongous, price. Thank you very much.
Because that are not provided. That's the terrible part of it. People are not paying for services that are not provided. It's not done anywhere. Yeah. That's robbery.
The supply has improved in a way, though. I don't know if you experienced that in your area.
At midnight. And not during the day.
During the day,
why are you giving us light during the? at midnight when it's not when I can't use it during the day.
They understand because look. They know the load. You understand of each area. They know areas that have heavy load during the afternoon. The areas that have heavy load during the afternoon, they won't give you power.
Okay.
Anywhere that there is sawmill. Any areas where you have sawmill, there will always be power there in the afternoon.
Okay, so I need to go get an apartment around that area, but there's no problem. Comrade, thank you very much for your analysis this morning.
Thank you. Have a fruitful day. God bless our union.
God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You just heard Comrade Deji Adeshope with his analysis this morning. So we'll move this morning. Victory, if you want to beg in another language, please go ahead. All right. But let's stay positive. Nigeria will surely be better. Things will surely move better, faster, and Nigeria grows higher. Well, we'll move this morning. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. For AM updates, Kiko Sports Show starts 9 to 9:30, and the headlines for the pages of Nigerian newspapers. Coming up next is Iwaida by Great Babs. My name is OLADAPO Okunubi.
Have yourself a productive Tuesday. My name is Victory Onyedikachi. Good morning to you.